Welcome to Uncover Time. Today we go back more than 400 years. To the time of Queen Elizabeth I and William Shakespeare, this was the England of poetry, exploration, and empire. But it was also a time of poverty, struggle, and big changes for ordinary people. In 1581, England had about 5 million people. Most of them were farmers. Some owned land, but many paid rents. Others worked on farms and had no home of their own. Many were pushed off the land as rich landowners built fences for sheep instead of crops. People moved from place to place, looking for work. They worked with their hands, on farms, in towns, or in their own small homes. At home, families worked together. Fathers, mothers, sons, and daughters spun wool, made clothes, brewed drinks, and cooked. This was called the domestic system. It was the beginning of home-based industry and early capitalism. In 1563, the government passed a new law. Young people had to train in a skill for 7 years. If you were under 30 and had no job or money, the town could force you to work. If you quit or left town without permission, you could be jailed. People worked long days, 12 hours in summer. They earned about 9 pence a day. That's about £7,000 to £10 today. But prices were rising, food cost more, rent went up, and wages stayed low. Many people became poor. In some parts of London, people lived in tiny wooden houses and begged in the streets. At the funeral of one nobleman in 1591, 20,000 beggars came just for food. The government tried to help. It passed poor laws. Towns had to collect taxes to feed the hungry and give jobs to the jobless. But why did prices go up so fast? The answer was silver. Huge amounts of silver were coming from Europe and the American colonies. Between 1545 and 1600, Europe received over $900 million worth of silver. That's about $9 or $11 billion today. With more money in the system, prices rose fast, but goods and wages did not. Queen Elizabeth and her advisor, Sir Thomas Gresham, tried to fix it. They made new coins with real gold and silver, but it was not enough. Inflation continued. Still, England found power in trade. Merchants and companies sent ships to Russia, Persia, India, and Turkey. In 1600, the East India Company was born. It would one day control much of Asia. People paid $25 to invest. That's about $10,000 to $30,000 today. The first trip made a huge profit, 87% return. Soon, everyone wanted to invest. Nobles, judges, even widows and priests. Back in London, there were no office buildings, so merchants used churches like St. Paul's Cathedral for business. They sold goods in the courtyards. They counted money on tombs. The River Thames was the main road of the city. Boats shouted, "Eastward ho!" and "Westward ho!" to carry goods and people. London was full of energy and danger. The south side had taverns, theaters, and jails. The north side had banks and lawyers. The center of power was moving, from kings to merchants. By 1600, business leaders could scare the Queen. 50 years later, they helped remove the king. This was the beginning of modern England, a land of trade, work, risk, and ambition. Not only shaped by rulers, but by workers, families, and dreamers. Thank you for watching Uncover Time. Like, share, and subscribe for more history made simple.